People who get told they look younger than they are. What is your secret? Genetics. Don't give away my secret or everyone will use it. I'm early 40s and have been told I look at least 10 years younger than my age since I was in my 30s. I don't do a damn thing, no lotions, only use sunscreen enough to avoid a bad burn, zero skincare. I don't do any drugs besides caffeine either, so that plays in my favor. But it boils down to, maybe I'm born with it. Not doing drugs is the key, honestly. It ages you a lot. Also alcohol. Yup, me and my twin just turned 31. I don't smoke or drink and had a dermatologist and his nurse tell me I looked to be early 20s, and they had to see my DL because they didn't believe me. Meanwhile, my twin looks to be early 40s, 50s cause she's always drinking. I, 58, believe this. My sister, 50, is a functioning alcoholic. Smokes, now vapes more, and occasionally uses recreational drugs, while I occasionally drink socially. In the last 20 years or so, people have regularly assumed she's my older sister. I've often been thought the youngest of the 5 siblings, even though I'm the oldest. My theory, a combination of genetics and the substances being harder on your body. One of my big secrets, besides genetics, I guess, right, is that I don't really use anything either. I wash my face with one particular soap, and then, only if my skin feels dry, I follow up with some light lotion, and it usually doesn't. Body care is a slightly different story. I'll play around with fun body washes and fancy lotions sometimes, but it's mostly for the fragrance and novelty. When I wear makeup, it's super minimal. I have literally never used foundation, and I refuse to wear anything that I can't get off with a little soap and water. And my usual makeup wears off by the end of the day, so I don't even bother to wash my face before bed most of the time. Lastly, I do wear sunscreen when I know I'll be out in the sun for prolonged periods because I burn pretty easy. You're very lucky to be able to do that. If I only use soap and maybe light lotion every once in a while, I would look like a dried apricot with a mouth. Genetics are important, and of course some people are just lucky, but for those who aren't, there are plenty of proven ways to achieve or maintain more youthful skin, like staying hydrated, using active and non-active topicals like vitamin C, tretinoin, niacinamide, sunscreen. Every day this is huge, especially for my fairer skinned kin, and good quality moisturizers and even non-invasive tools like red light, NIR therapy. My mom uses a parasol in strong sunlight. People look at her weird, but parasols were a thing in many societies. She's got the skin of a woman half her age. I'm a 35YO white dude, and I shamelessly rock a parasol. Couldn't give 2 fucks what people think. One time I was in London, and this young woman said to her BF, "Why does that guy have an umbrella in the middle of summer?" I overheard her and said, "To stay gorgeous, darling," with a big smile. They both started cracking up. Business idea. Parasols for guys who don't want to look dainty but still want to avoid carcinoma. We'll make parasols in camo. Hot rod flames, monster logo, the text of the Second Amendment, outlines of naked chicks and AK-47s. Or loaded up with sayings like, "The only thing I hate more than a snowflake is excessive UV exposure." Many of my coworkers who are from Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, regularly wear sunglasses, sun hats, masks, and long sleeves when they go out. Even when they drive, even in the summer, even when the forecast says it will be cloudy. People can say what they want, but these women are in their 50s and look no older than their late 20s. Even I've started covering my arms and legs in high UV weather and put sunscreen on my neck and hands. My heritage is from those countries, and let me tell you, it has very little to do with staying youthful and clear skin. It's straight up because they don't want to be dark, because in their minds, dark skin ugly. You see a generational difference. Middle-aged and older Vietnamese women, a lot of them have porcelain milky skin despite being from a tropical country with heavy direct sun UV radiation. While the younger millennials and Gen Z gals wouldn't mind rocking a sun-kissed tan. Personally, I'm a guy, and I think tan Southeast Asians look more attractive. You can still find ways to protect skin from wrinkles while getting a tan. So yes, it's mainly because of colorism, beauty preference, and yes, discrimination. Sunscreen. On the neck as well as the face. The neck skin always gives you away if you forget to care for it. I got melanoma on my neck, learned that lesson. Hands also show age and are easily overlooked for sunscreen. Hands are hard because I usually wash them after applying sunscreen, but then it washes off the back. 5 extra lbs on me keeps my face full and more youthful looking. This is actually true. A bit of fat on your face in later years definitely makes you look younger. I must look like a toddler by now. I often feel sad when I look at weight loss before and afters, because sometimes it really ages them in the face. And sometimes they looked happier when they were heavier too. This one. I have a naturally round face shape, wide cheekbones plus short facial height, but have always been mistaken for being much younger than I am. Worst, or best, was attending my cousin's wedding. His bride's 16-year-old cousin was in the bridal party and was the lone teen among the 23-24-year-old bridesmaids. Their grandma came up to me because I looked about Maggie's age and asked what grade I was in. She thought we could hang out together. I was 27. I just can't with every 20-something and 30-something-year-old with genetic chubby chipmunk cheeks getting buccal fat removal. Let's see how it looks entering 40s. Genuinely curious and concerned. Short, chubby face, 50 SPF sunscreen, and I always wear polarized sunglasses when I'm outside during the day. When you are short, people do tend to think you're younger. Can confirm. Lol. I'm 29.5, no, people literally think I'm 18. Went to the zoo with my boyfriend 6026 and mom 6050s. I'm 50 and 23F. Boyfriend told the ticket lady 3 adult tickets. She asked me how old I was. The children tickets are only for 2 12-year-olds. I'm curious as to what she thought the dynamic was. Not having kids helps. One friend of mine had a baby at the age of 42. I saw her again when the child was 6 months old and was in shock. My friend looked like she's 50 plus. Before she had the baby, she looked like mid-30s. Sleep deprivation is hardcore. My mom had twins 2 days after she turned 49. She's 69 now and looks great. I'm hoping that's what's in the cards for me. ETA dad passed the year after the twins were born, so we were on our own. 4 siblings. If she looks great after all of that, I'm hopeful. Genetics mainly. Don't drink, don't smoke, no drugs. Water. Eat a varied diet, cut down on junk food. Sunscreen, hat, and sunnies as I am in Australia. I'd only add, do low-impact exercise often. Walking, hiking, climbing, swimming. Anything that keeps you relatively fit but doesn't destroy joints or risk major injury. And as somebody said down below, sleep. Also, moisturize your face. Most women know about that, but a lot of men don't seem to, or think it's unmanly. I'm not talking about a complicated skincare routine, just rubbing in a thin layer of face moisturizer after the shower. Maybe some witch hazel first, if you tend to have oily skin or big pores. My main secret is that I have done an incredible amount of work to improve my mental health over the last 35 years, so people are stunned to learn that I am 60. Lots of meditation? Unfortunately, I lack the motivation to do meditation. I have tended to do group work because then there are other people who are disappointed if I don't show up, which gets me there. Started my recovery journey with a 12-step program called Adult Children of Alcoholics. That led me to getting involved in a peer counseling program. Along the way, I have done a bunch of professional counseling and even hypnotherapy, and taken part in a series of rites of passages, including a 5-day vision fast out in the desert. Oh, and been a part of a men's group for 25 years. I just wake up like this. It's a blessing now, being aged 10 years younger than I am. But during my teens and 20s, just trying to enjoy a normal youth, it was a nightmare. Trying to be taken seriously in a professional setting in my 20s when I looked like a teen young adult was horrible. Now in my 30s with a full beard, I get taken seriously at work. I'm afraid to shave though. Might lose 10 years of experience based on my looks. When I was 21, I was accused of having a fake ID so many times. Had the cops called at a bar and the cop knew my family. He confirmed my age and embarrassed the bouncer. Asian don't raise it until we get 60, then we suddenly look 80. No joke. The oldest people I ever carded when I worked in Vegas were always Asian women. Between 16 and 60, we have no idea how old Asian women are. Youthfulness is a result of good genes, a healthy lifestyle, and the ability to enjoy the moment. Each of us is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. The most important thing is to take care of yourself and your health. It's the best gift we can give ourselves. So whether it's daily sunscreen use, regular sleep, or even just a smile, each of us can contribute to looking and feeling youthful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss new videos. Share your secrets to staying young in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. See you in the next video.